Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
This is the weekly performance of the cryptocurrencies. You see most of them are like around zero, and this is what we see for the rest like few weeks or maybe even a couple of months, and this is a very calm period. So meanwhile let's look at some news, some performance of the altcoins and so on. You're watching Crypto Hamster channel. Let's go.
Let's go.
In terms of the Bitcoin price, nothing interesting really happening, but we see that there is a bit difference in terms of the performance for the tethered traded trading exchanges and non-tethered trading exchanges. In the formers, there is some kind of like pessimistic drops below the support area, and also it looks like we are about to go even lower. For the latter though, it seems like we are more stable, but still probably it will follow eventually this if Bitfinex and Binance will drop a little lower, and I think it seemed to be happening, because even this is the candle which saved that, and it seemed like the Bitcoin price is tried to be hold above certain level, but still probably the selling pressure is rather high now. Altcoins are pretty much the same, like total capitalization is the same, just some of them are in the plus, some of them are in the minus. What I was going to mention today as an important issue is this one, NASDAQ, and it is actually going down again. You remember we had a very huge drop a few days ago, a couple days ago, 12%, and then we returned, not really returned now, it was just a correction of this drop, and then we suddenly appeared to be in pretty much the same level, corrected it again, but it was just quite less than before, and now it's dropping, it's going down again. So it's very like uncertain situation, and I wouldn't say that it is safe to buy now, because a lot of people say, oh, it's so good opportunity to go into the stocks and so on, but I would say it's better to stay away from this, because there is no like signature of bottoming, there is no signature of the reversal either, so very suspicious, and I would more bet on the further drop. I wouldn't short it neither, but still it's not the market which I would risk my money in. But let's return to the cryptocurrencies, and I was going to mention a few of them which look interesting. So this is the VIB rate, or VIB, which seem to be showing some repeatable patterns. This is the increase in the price, like sharp one with a volume, and then it returns relatively the same level, then rises slowly, and then has the same peak, and then rises, same peak, rises, same peak. So it's pretty likely that will continue to do the same thing, and eventually the slope of the rises will be more like sharper. So it's interesting to trade this coin, especially since the liquidity is very high, so the volume for trading is very high on Binance. Don't forget that everything I say is my personal opinion, not financial advice though. Second thing is what I was going to mention is there are some coins which you don't need to consider, don't want to consider as a trading opportunity, at least at the moment, because you see how they perform during these few months, like even from April. For example, this is from $600 million capitalization down to like 50 or lower without any stops, and it's continued to falling. And this one is another example from the $1 billion in end of April until 40, like 50 $1 million now. So it doesn't even have any sign of the bottoming or reversal, and this is actually the logarithmic chart. So be careful looking at those coins and just try to pick those which seem to be showing some strength. Speaking about this, here is the coin which I was looking at carefully. This is Substratum, and some analysis say that okay, we have weekly MACD bullish and breakdown of downtrend, and also sitting at the support now. Bullish divergence with increased volume, and also this guy is actually targeting quite positively on 3,700 satoshis, which is like more than 100% from the current price. And actually now Substratum is about to make a move very confidently, I would say, and this is what is happening with Substratum actually a little bit before than now. It showed some news about building the internet breach with Iran and also China and Russia, providing the free internet without censorship, especially for China. It's important, and they say that like this is, well, they don't say this is the real move in the development of the project, that those are the coins which are actually doing something. They are aimed to make a real product, and those we shall look at, in my opinion. So other coins which is interesting again to me is Quark Chain. You remember it is in the correction. Now it showed some, it tweeted about the TPS competition, and now it says that we have 22,000 some plus TPS, and is there anybody who can make better? It seems like it is legit. I'm not sure if you can easily fake that in fact, but it seemed like it is not something which you would make up, and this is the not that a bad result. So Quark Chain in the long term seem to be also interesting, especially if it would show the signs of ending the correction and returning to the previous like pace in terms of the rise. This is the interesting news as well. We knew a lot of the stable coins appeared recently, and this was expected to happen. This is the token stable coin backed with Bitcoin, and what is interesting is that it will be launched in January. So, and we'll call it WBTC, and what is interesting that it should be backed by Bitcoin, right? And this would increase the scarcity of Bitcoin, which is not that bad for the price performance of Bitcoin in general. So let's see what will happen. This is another thing about the future expiration. Together with the traditional markets, we see that the expiration of the future doesn't change the price of Bitcoin at all these days, and we're still in the flat region. Nothing happens. So again, there is no reasonable or significant dependence on that. So that is probably all that I was going to say today about the news and the performance of altcoins and also Bitcoin. Hope it was useful for you. If yes, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I would hope to see you tomorrow in the next update. Stay safe with your trading, guys. Goodbye.